Hi, I'm Bill Patrick. The program you're about to see is part of a vintage series called Car and Track, which was originally produced during the first half of the 1970s. Before we begin the show, though, a brief program note. Using as many as 8 cameras to shoot a single event, Car and Track captured some of the great NASCAR competitions of the era, one race at a time. Over the course of some 80 episodes through 6 seasons, series producer and host Bud Lindemann lovingly documented a unique era in American motor racing. While the race action contained in the series remains timeless, the program itself has not dated quite so gracefully. Although the years have not been overly kind to Bud's decidedly low-key introductions and interviews, we believe them to be an integral part of this one-of-a-kind series. So please, stay with us now as Speed Vision presents a rare slice of 1970s Americana, Car and Track.
Hi there. We've got this one jammed with a ton of action. Our Victory Circle spotlight falls on Mario Andretti and the profile of a champion. Our road test car of the week comes from the Lincoln Mercury stable. They call it the Cougar XR7, and it's a posh little car. Maybe a little too posh, but we'll let you be the judge of that. And we'll also take a look at the Formula Ford cars. You know, they're turning on a lot of participants as well as spectators. We'll be back with Andy Granatelli and Mario Andretti and their most thrilling moment in just 1 minute.
Technically, the car is so sophisticated today. It used to be in a day 5, 6 years ago. The human being could find the limit of the machine quicker. Now today, things have progressed so much, the human body can only react so quickly.
They are quick, agile, exotic, and very expensive. An exclusive fraternity of guided missiles on wall-to-wall rubber. They are USAC championship cars, and they follow a trail that winds from California to New Jersey and back again in a 9-month series of races that will determine the United States Auto Club Championship. But in the month of May, these men come together with others from all over the globe to produce a spectacle unique in racing. It is the Super Bowl, the 4th of July, and a widescreen Hollywood epic all rolled into one. 275,000 people come to watch it. It is the Indianapolis 500.
Actually, when you get right down to it, all cars kind of started with open wheels, the ones we sold and the ones we raced. Actually, when you get right down to it, all cars kind of started with open wheels, the ones we sold and the ones we raced.
Jack Passano directs Ford Motor Company's racing operations. He has seen every conceivable kind of automobile race all over the world.
And as such, there's a mysticism about the Indianapolis race, which is the biggest single spectator event probably in the United States and maybe in the world from the standpoint of public awareness. But I think that the tension at Indianapolis by virtue of that 30-day carnival they have down there is unbelievable. But I think that the tension at Indianapolis is so thick that on race day you could cut it.
Perhaps no one feels that tension more than Mario Andretti. Rookie of the Year at Indy in 1965 and twice national champion, Andretti has yet to finish first in the big one. As usual, the man to beat is Anthony Joseph Foyt. 5 times national champion, 3 times a winner at Indy. AJ earns the pole position in his Coyote Ford with a speed of 170.568 miles per hour. Andretti demolishes his Lotus Ford in a qualifying accident and will drive his backup car, a Hawk powered by a turbocharged Ford engine. Fall of the green flag, it is Andretti and Foyt for the big prize. The battle is joined by Roger McCluskey. Then Foyt has mechanical problems. They cost him 23 laps. The lead is shared by Dallenbach, then Ruby. But the race is dominated by Andretti.
To me, it's a tremendous feeling of satisfaction, although speed alone just doesn't impress me anymore. To me, it's a competition. It's a real thrill, and it's a thrill that never wears off. You just don't know who to thank. Everyone has done something for you. You don't know just what to do first. It's a very, very joyful, confused feeling.
Mario Andretti will go on to his 3rd national championship. He will collect $345,000 in prize money and will score 9 victories in 24 starts, including the Indianapolis 500.
You know, for a long time, a lot of folks felt that a Cougar was just kind of a duded-up Mustang. Well, we brought this car down from the factory in Detroit here to Daytona Beach, Florida. This gave us a 1,200-mile chance to test it out. And we found out that this new 1971 Cougar is in a class by itself. And the XR7 model, well, believe me, it's the plushest pony car ever. And it made for a very interesting road test. Our first try off the line ran us up to 30 miles an hour in 3.3 seconds. The standard version may not be the fastest way to go, but it sure was comfortable. We had 45 miles an hour in 5.7. With the tires hot and everything wound out, our best 65-mile-an-hour run took 8.9. For 1971, there appears to be very little talk about the high-performance Cougar. Instead, it's the luxurious Cougar, and the XR7 is just that. In fact, it's undoubtedly the plushest pony car on the market, inside and out. This year, the Cougar sports all new sheet metal plus a new chassis. It even grew a little. The wheelbase went up an inch to 112.1. It got 3 inches wider in the front and 2.5 inches in the rear. All of our motion was caused by this standard 351 cubic inch V8. The 240 horses are fed by a 2-barrel carburetor. On the braking course, this little cat seemed to dig in pretty well. From 30, we stopped in 40 feet. Our car had the standard stoppers, 10-inch drums front and rear. They got hot, the pedal began to fade on this 50-mile-an-hour stop. It took 72 feet. If you buy the XR7 convertible with a 429 cubic inch engine, you get front disc brakes as standard equipment. Otherwise, they're an option. I don't know why, but Lincoln Mercury wrote the rules. From 70, we stopped in 209 feet. The drums were hot and smoking. The Cougar GT comes with the competition suspension. We wished our XR7 had it, especially here through the pylon runs. Rebound and recovery, sluggish. As you can see, soft springs don't take to a reverse spin too well. Body lean was excessive. In the cornering department, our driver pushed our tester to the limit. There was tremendous oversteer and not enough muscle up front for any kind of correction. At high speed, the front end began to wallow, and it started to plow through the turns. Underneath the front end, they had wishbones with coil springs. In the rear, a live axle with leaf springs. We realize that the XR7 is built for the buyer who wants a soft, comfortable little car. But when you climb aboard a pony car and buckle up, you expect performance and handling to be somewhat exceptional. With this standard offering, we couldn't help but wonder why Lincoln Mercury built in so much luxury and left out so much of the pure fun of driving. Of course, a real performer can be built right off the showroom floor. Your friendly dealer has all the goodies if you want to write the check. Auto racing is now the #1 spectator sport in the country. Not only have the number of fans increased, but the number of participants as well. And this popularity, combined with big money purses, has become a springboard for many new facets of motorsport competition, almost to the point where if it has wheels and it can run under its own power, they paint a number on it and race it. Well, one of the comparatively new divisions of racing are the Formula Ford cars. You know, for open-wheel, open-cockpit enthusiasts, these little cars offer a tremendous challenge. Powered by a 1600cc engine and agile as a cat, these Formula Fords are capturing large audiences from coast to coast. We found them for the first time at Michigan International Speedway, and they looked like this.
Number 5, a 30-minute sprint for Formula Ford. In the pole position, car number 14, the Caldwell, driven by Peter Canay. In sprint position number 2, John Delanis. Car number 8, a Merlin. In the third sprint position, car number 55, a Lotus 61, driven by Gary Weber. In grid position number 4, Charles Palgren is number 23, and Alexis. In fifth position, a Lotus 61, car number 42, Bob Brown. In the sixth grid position, car number 47, Sullivan, driven by Robert Sun. In seventh position, Hank Mountainback Jr. in car number 6, a Merlin. In grid position number 8, car number 0, Jim Stevens driving a Caldwell. In the ninth grid position, Lance Young, car 65, a Boxy. In grid position number 10, William McFarland, car number 45, a Lotus 61. In 11th position, Bill Hillsdale, car car number 77 of the list 51C. In grid position number 12, Dave Shook. Car number 92 of Caldwell. Car number 14, 855, and 23 are the first four cars into turn 8.
Somebody had the brilliant idea one day to put a Cortina engine in one, just for the reliability factor, and the car just performed rather well, and so they tried another design which took an old Formula Junior chassis and mounted a Cortina engine in it again, and had rather phenomenal results. They turned some lap times and began to spin a few heads.
It's real forgiving automobile, I think. You can do make a lot of mistakes and still not cost you a lot of money.
The big advantage that I think a Formula Ford offers, and the really attractive point of racing a Formula Ford, is it gives you some high-speed experience, more or less restricted, say, to the 140-mile-an-hour bracket, but that's not too slow.
And in Formula Ford, of course, we have a perfectly stock Cortina engine. Well, you have a much greater impression of speed. You're so much closer to the ground. The handling is more precise.
It takes 100% concentration all the time. The minute you break it, you're either off the track or you're doing something that's costing you time.
It's the most challenging, demanding sport there is.
I know of no other sport that gives me the same feeling of exhilaration when I'm in a car. It's a very individualistic thing. It's very difficult to describe also. You're so totally alone and in a very small enclosed space.
I think the personal satisfaction of driving at the limit is the reason that I like to do it.
It's a hobby with me.
I race primarily to promote our dealership.
It's just for the fun of it.
The excitement of it, I think that's the main reason.
Just get a tremendous amount of personal satisfaction that I don't think you can get in any other sport. To me, it's just an altogether different way to live.
place now. 14 and 47, 1-2 to the last turn.
Hey, we just shot our 30 minutes. I hope you liked the show, at least well enough to stop back next week. We'll feature top racing action across the country, and the thrills happen fast, so don't miss it. Until then, drive carefully, won't you? All the pros do. Bye-bye.